religious controversy. The religious controversy really stems from the fact, what's your religion? What's your nationality? And we as a people should understand the depth of what's your nationality, what's your religion. It goes way back before Prophet Noble Ali came. When the slaveholder beat Kuta Kinte and made him Toby. When he told the Negroes on the plantation, you can't say your own name, your own language. Then he divided us from our religion, became the controversy. Since that time, we've been running around the people trying to say what our religion is on our own, like we know better. But what we actually been doing is switching from one slaveholder to another. We go from Christianity, from Judaism. The Jews sold us into slavery. They came out of Egypt, and it tells you in the Bible, in Leviticus, that they can enslave the people that came out of Egypt with them. Then if you get into Christianity say we're cursed people. From Ham, we're cursed people. Then when you get into Islam, they tell you Muhammad's the last prophet. And while they hold the Quran up in there and say Allahu Akbar, they had their foot on our neck. They held us in slavery in Arabia up to 1962. Now I had some people tell me, well, Brother Ryan, you know the original Arabs, they were black, they was Moors. Not to tell them you a lie. The original Arabs was not Moors. It's impossible. It's so impossible that I put up the scripture. Psalms 83 verse 6. It says the Ishmaelites on the land of the Moabites. It didn't say the Moabites on the land of the Ishmaelites. So the Ishmaelites are descendants of Ishmael, who descended of Ibrahim through Hagar. So that lets you know they had to be on our land. We was never on their land. Now, as occupying authorities, they've changed the history of our people. So now we believe in order to be Islamic, we gotta speak Arabic and dye beards red, wear our pants all the way up to our kneecaps and, speak Arabic. What's the difference between that and Christianity? None. Because the Christian gave you a Christian named Joe Bob.
Islam, Islam, Islam. At this time, we'll be opening our blessed Holy Day service with prayer. All of those who are of our faith may join. Those who are not, you can remain silent and hold fast. Islam. Allah, Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, Drew Ali. Amen. Islam, 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 and Bismillah, Bismillah, Bismillah. Once again, we gather to give praises unto Allah, as Allah is the only one who is praiseworthy. He is most gracious and beneficent. He is oft-given and wise. We give praises to Allah, as he is the causeless cause and the rootless root from which all good is sprang forth. As Allah has given us life, he will surely cause us to die, but Allah will give us life once again. We praise Allah for sending us in a special part of himself, clothed in divine flesh, in his most noblest image, that of Allah in the person of our holy and divinely ordained prophet, Noble Drew Ali. As our holy and divine prophet, Noble Drew Ali, is the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America, the educational branch of the Moorish nation. As we give honors to our holy and divine prophet, who unselfishly put together and formulated the agenda of uplifting fallen humanity, first and foremost, the sons and daughters here of the Asiatic nations in North America. We give him honor as he provided a heaven on earth, a safe place, a place of education, of learning, a place to be disciplined, a place to be uplifted. As we have coined the phrase, to be uplifted, to be educated by being informed of your direct connection to Allah. As we give praises to Allah for sending the prophet, We also give honors to the prophet gave honors to Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, to name a few of the divine prophets. And a special honor to St. Mark of Saragogi, the harbinger, the John the Baptist of this era time, as his organization was instrumental in getting the word out, as he declared that the Negro needed a nationality. The Negro wanted a nationality equal to that of the Chinese, the Japanese, the German, the Jew, who also declared he needed a Quran of social intellectual welfare. That wasn't his mission. He accomplished his mission. As he said, one aim, one God, one destiny. Africa is for the Africans, and the God of Africa is Allah. So this implies that he was partial to Islam. It implies that he was truly in recognition of his duty toward God, Allah, and his duty toward man and fellow creatures. We give him honor as he himself said, come out of Babylon. As our chief minister, Mahdi, would say, come out of her. In other words, stand on your own. You don't need her. In other words, she is foul. She is diseased. And to stay and partake in anything of her only gives you the disease. And that disease is hatred, slander, lewdness, theft, and everything that leads to harm. As our holy divine prophet Noble Drew Ali declared that man likes to follow, he doesn't like to lead because of the responsibilities that he shoulders. But we all understand that each man shoulder a percentage of that responsibility to make sure the integrity of the nation is intact. And with all parts being equal, that is the blessing from Allah that we maintain. As we assist each other, we assist our brothers and sisters in their time of trouble and need. And as Allah always supplies each of his creatures with the sustenance that they require. So we give honors to our holy and divine prophet. We give honors to St. Mark of Saragogi. We give a special honor to St. Edward Miliel, the first Grand Sheikh of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And we give honors to our present-day Grand Sheikh, our Sheikh of Islam here in the West. We affectionately call the Chief of Ministers, Sheikh Dr. Ras Adil, who is the Moorish Mahdi, which means reformer. As we give honors on his staff, those of the trustee board, those of the Sheikh board, the grand body, grand governors and governors, grand sheikhs, grand sheikhs, adepts, members, friends, sympathizers, and those who are in association with the Moorish Science Temple of America. We give them honor as they are helping in the uplifting of fallen humanity in what measurement that they are able to do. We give you honor. And of course, you have to look the other way and see that the old devil is doing what he does. He doesn't take a day off, no sick time, no call-ins. Things to call death, destruction, mayhem, and confusion, other things. But Allah sent our prophet to intercede. He sent our prophet to get us to see the errors of our way and to teach how to repent from the sinful ways. Islam. As today being February the 6th, we're 1/4 way through this month of February. The month that the Asiatics here celebrate in such earnest, 28 days, except for a leap year, 29. So, as some are without true in-depth understanding of their position, true understanding of their place here on this planet Earth. Our prophet brought us a remedy to the issues that we faced the issues that we will face, and to have us look back in the past and see all of the trappings that led us to the position that we were at that time in history, and to ensure that we don't make these mistakes. He calls us to have repetitious practice. That is why in the military they practice, 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 to a point where it gets to be second nature, where it points where you don't even think, you act, you react. You know what you have to do before it happens. Indicators, what they call the word today, triggers, things that trigger you into going into action. Well, the prophet has brought us, should trigger us into doing what is right. So we're going to talk about why would you dislike Islam? Why would you dislike a religion you know nothing about? First and foremost, and I say that from the standpoint of many would like to be a Moor. They would like to be a Moorish American, but many dislike the idea of the practice of the Islamic faith as brought to us by our prophet, Noble Durali. As we stated earlier, that these individuals really are not recognizing his duty toward Allah, meaning that Allah loved us in such a capacity that he sent us our very own Savior. He sent us one that is teaching us our supreme duties that will have us living in peace. At peace with ourselves and at peace with all of those who surround us. They are not accepting that responsibility. How really unfortunate that is. Because the blessings from Allah comes through the prophet to us. We don't just get blessings out of thin air because we are here. Those blessings come based on your work, your blood, sweat, your tears, your devotion. As our holy and divine prophet stated, that to practice this faith of Islam is the object of man's life. Meaning, the full satisfaction of this life is to regain your connection to Allah. The full satisfaction of this life is to be at one with Allah. And that calls for purification. Purification of mind, as our Muslim brothers in the East will be demonstrating a part of the fasting coming soon. The purification of the body. But what is earnestly needed is the purification of the spirit. Purification of the soul, of the mind. All of these have to work in tangent together to be at one. So we start at the basics, the physical. Then we go to the soul, where we nurture, we learn. And we go to the heart of the matter, the brain, educated in the science of this religion called Islam, to a point where we raised and we synchronize with the true essence of our spirit, which is from Allah. That's the full object of this life, is being at one with Allah. but more so knowing the capacity that we have for greatness. We have unlimited capacity for greatness. We're designed by Allah Himself. Therefore, there is nothing above and beyond what we can accomplish and do. Now, there are many pitfalls, there are many which may discourage one who is on the path. But Allah has said that that beacon light will always be there to guide you. That beacon light. So why do you dislike Islam? Why do you want to separate from what and who you were made to be? And that is a Muslim. The very essence of having a God. And for those who have been obedient, those who have been steadfast, you know the name of your God. His name is not just God. His name is not just Allah. How personal is that for those who know? How personal is that for those who can use it? See, it's a difference. You can know it, but you don't have the power to use it. And for those of us who know it and have the power to use it, it's beyond measurement of what you could imagine. See, the Prophet laid it out. He said the cardinal doctrine of Islam is the unity of the Father Allah. We believe in one God, who is all God, all mercy, and all power. He is perfect and holy, all wisdom, all knowledge, and all truth. And let's say these are the great attributes. And that is the blessing of knowing that we are in that number. So, again, why do you dislike Islam? I mean, you want the notoriety of being amongst the Moors, the Moorish Americans, but you don't want the Islam that goes with the full capacity of being in community with Allah. The reason I say on this particular is within the correctional systems, state and federal, there are some things that are removed from some of the religious practices that we have been told directly by those who are the administrators there within those systems. And our rebuttal is to remove one essence, one degree of any part of the practice negates that particular religious form, because it was all encompassed. Everything is encompassed as one. You can't just pick and choose what you wanted based on the fact your understanding is not there. So that is a fight that we all have walked into, and we won the fight. But for those who are still struggling with the issue, you can't remove Islam from the Moorish Science Temple of America for those who call themselves Moorish American Muslims. For those who just want to be Moorish American, you missed the whole point of the prophet. We don't know what prophet that you're following, but it's not Prophet Noble Drew Ali. He was precise, he was definitive. He said he favored Muslims. He said a true Moorish American is the one who is truly dedicated to his relationship with Allah. So, we'll finish out with this thought to go along with what the prophet has already said. He said this, it was put in print. And what is great about it is you can go back and read it for yourself. He says, the unity of Allah is the first and foremost pillar of Islam, and every other belief hangs upon it. As we stated from the beginning, when we read prophethood, if you believe that this man is a prophet of Allah, then the natural result is that everything he says, you follow. Orders are obeyed, instructions adhered to. If you believe that this man, Prophet Noble Ali, is a true prophet of Allah, you should have no problem following the agenda that he has already laid out. His rules, his regulations, laws, additional laws, and so on and so forth. You shouldn't have a problem with it. Because that is the Islamic inclusion of what makes us a Moorish American Muslim. The faith, the true faith in Allah, the faith of being everything that encapsulates being a Muslim. That's ultimately what you dislike. So, with that, we hope that you have a chance to really look and contemplate your frame on those particulars about Islam and why you dislike it and not want to follow what the Prophet has already made a fact. Why are you trying to make something new and different and call it part of the Prophet's work, which it is not? If that is what you want to do, go over there and start your own. It is really that simple on this land because they have what they call freedom of religious conscience. If your religious conscience does not include what the Prophet has set forth, then go start your own and all is well with what you're doing. But don't call it what the Prophet Noble Ali has already established. So with that, as always, we hope you take heed to the lessons that you hear from the teachers and you get a chance to contemplate your frame on those issues that you are short in. So we're going to turn it over to our grand governess. She concise. We leave you as we came. That's in peace, love, praise for Allah. Bismillah, Bismillah, Bismillah. Almighty, Almighty. Islam.
Islam. Islam, Islam, Islam. We welcome you to another blessed holy day and giving praises to the Almighty. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate and the most merciful, the most high external one, source of light and wisdom and truth. On this fateful Friday, our blessed holy day, we bow our hearts in humility and gratitude before you, O Father God Allah. Cleanse our intentions, purify our hearts, and in our words, actions, and deeds with your divine will and universal law. Grant us the inner sight to know thyself, to truly know thyself, the courage to walk that straight path, that mustaqim, and the patience to trust your timing in all matters, seen and unseen. This blessed holy day be a renewal of faith for all who have chosen to bear witness to another blessing in seeing this day, a remembrance of our noble origin, a return to love, balance, and righteousness. Oh, Father God Allah, guide us as Muslims to live living prayers. Let our speech be the source of the gentleness as it was delivered on our hearts. Our conduct be honorable and is a representative of truth and justice. And our service be rooted in compassion and be a reflection of the pure of hearts. Where there is confusion, we seek that you bring clarity. Where there is heaviness, we seek that you deliver us in peace. Where there is division, we trust that you restore us to the unity of the one love. Where there is weakness, we seek the strength of our resolve. Bless our families, our Moorish communities. Bless our Moorish nation. Protect those who are weary, imprisoned, oppressed, or forgotten. Illuminate our hearts of those who have sought the truth and the light. Illuminate the hearts of leaders and teachers that justice, mercy, wisdom may continue to prevail. On this blessed, holy day, our fateful Friday, we surrender what no longer serves us, our spiritual growth, and accept the lessons meant to elevate our souls. Oh, praise is due to Allah, the governor of the world, almighty, eternal, and incomprehensible, the Lord of all worlds, who was before all things and will remain after all things. We humble ourselves and we embrace the divine thought and idea of the true oneness from what we come. And your name, say, is to know peace and thus return to the peace from the source in which we come. Islam, 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 Bismillah. Islam, we definitely embrace another blessed holy day. And every day you seek to be grateful for something in your life, something small, big, in between, to be grateful in a active sense of gratitude every single day. When you start your day with prayer, to absolutely reflect on gratitude, because what it does, it humbles you. It is a reflection in reminding you that you are truly blessed. To know who you are, to know your Father God Allah, to know that we have a prophet, and to know even in your struggles that in the trusting and in the strength of your faith, you will find your greatest strength in the struggle. As in Muslims, we know that this too shall pass. And it is the struggle that is the seasoning of our conviction and the answer to our resolve. We give praises to our Father God Allah on this day. We honor our beloved prophet, the first American-born prophet in this era and time, Prophet Noble Ali, who simply gave us everything we need to save ourselves. There is a great measure for us to instigate a sense of strength, of to be guided and to be in a protective mode of our prophet. There's a lot of folks out there with all kind of documentary about the very thing in which they are void in knowing. We take to heart what our prophet said, to defend him to the utmost of our very life. What degree of measurement are you willing to do in regards to that plea from our prophet? What are you willing to sacrifice in the prophet? What are you willing to do? We give honors to our prophet, for he gave us everything that we need in order to save ourselves, and yet we are constantly seeing those seeking to reinvent the wheel. Well, they way they want, they way they shall have, and they way will lead to death and destruction. Give praises to our Father God Allah for giving us a gift, His love thought manifested in divine flesh. Jesus come again in a noble image of our beloved prophet, Noble Juali. Islam. We definitely want to extend Islam and camelbacking of all the that was given. We are definitely in the alignment of that truth, and that we extend Islam's to our present Supreme Grand Sheikh, the fifth Supreme Grand Sheikh, Sheikh Rasadiel, as a continued vanguard to the movement, our Moorish Mahdi. Praise Allah Almighty. We give honors to all true and faithful this day, as this is our blessed, blessed holy day. Thought is the language of the mind. Emotions is the language of the body. And it's the thoughts that resonates and instigates our direction and what we seek and want to do. When we are firm in our conviction that we will live this life, when we took it upon ourselves to have our nationality card, it wasn't to be done in a manner of, oh, we'll just be a Moorish American when the opportunity presents itself. But at school, at work, around family or friends that are not Moorish Americans, we succumb to the lower self and reflect that which is not amongst. That's when the environment is stronger than our divine nature. And that's when we have to have a conversation. That's why the prophet made up that Moors need to live close together. Moors needs to congregate. Moors need to connect. Moors American Muslims, we need to be in each other's way. So no living thing lives on itself. We give praises to our Father God Allah for these lessons. And that when we struggle, that we lean on our understanding. We live in an age and time where information is readily available at the thought of just saying the word, and within minutes, Google will pick your voice up, and whatever you're talking about will be all in your search engine. Mm-hmm. And so we live in an age where everything is quick and instant. And there was a time where things had to be contemplated upon, that a wise man will doubt of often. And that is a measure in a chapter of unity when we sit and contemplate our frames. But it was something that was, I sit back and always smile when there's a glimmer of hope amongst our youth today. And speaking with a client who is a teenager, but very well in tune with the need of healing, connection, and her understanding what mental health is about, and said her whole family needs therapy because everyone wants to bury things under the rug. I use the term as the pink elephant in the room, and because depending on your age, a lot of people don't know what that is. And it's idiom that just simply means that no one wants to deal with that uncomfortable huge elephant. I used to tell people I don't deal with elephants. They're sloppy, they bump into stuff, they eat your food, and they just tear up everything. So let's get them out the room. And the pink elephant basically is that uncomfortable, what you call it, conversation, or what many have, what they have related to family secrets, or that perpetual trauma or generational trauma that families don't want to talk about. And I told her not to give up on herself, because therapy back in the day, it wasn't called therapy, it was called ministering. It was called meditation or reflective conversation with the spiritual shaman of the tribe, or the spiritual teachers, the darvish, the Sufi sheikhs. People would go to them to seek enlightenment. And sometimes they will tell a student or those who are seeking answers,
Mind your business.
sometimes, I guess, but they would tell them to let me allow this to sit on my heart, and I will get back with you. That means that even the sheikh has to meditate and pray on it and sit with it on his heart with Allah to deliver a message. And so with the new, terms that a lot of old folks don't like the term therapy, because they say if you're telling strangers our business, don't be going talking about our stuff. People don't be knowing. You keep stuff in the house. What happens in here stays in here. And so I remember being a teenager at another person's family reunion, where it was the strangest things, where one of the cousins found out that his mother was really his, and it was a lot of inner secrets on top of secrets. And those are the things that can break families up, but not realizing at a time there was things where when a young sister got pregnant and not married, it was shameful. They would send her away. But now we're in an age where people are talking a lot, podcasts, people are sharing their feelings and thoughts and so forth, but yet there is still a need for us to speak about the things that we carry heavy on our hearts. Therapy is a beautiful thing, and what in Islam, in the ministering to the heart, is not only carrying the lessons, but in our faith, we have ministers, we have sheikhs, we have people we come to give us directions, because we are sounding boards for each other. Steel sharpens steel. And I praise Allah, giving praises to Allah Almighty for community, because the Prophet returned us back to the essence from how we was created. Allah created us from a single pair. He created us into nations that we may know one another. But he created us in community. And that's very important in these era times. It's very important to be a part of something. So I want to thank everyone that continues to be a part of our community on our Friday Holy Day service. You tuned in into our Sunday school. We have people that have emailed us this week, and if you're watching and you're interested in joining, our website is clearly outlined for you to follow the prompts to membership. Click on the link and follow through, and we will meet you on the side of Islam. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to my teacher as he will continue our cookbook for this blessed holy day, Islam.
What? You should burn yourself. Yeah. Ah.
Islam, 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 arising all perfect praise to Allah, our creator, our guide, our teacher. And he does it through his holy prophet, Jew Ali, by night and by day. He protects us. He guides us, make us see. Those of us is willing to see, those of us willing to obey. Islam, Islam, Islam. Bismillah, Bismillah, Bismillah. As the Queen Mother was saying, we got a lot of calls. I got a call from a prison today. They said you know him. I said, I remember his name, but and he said that the brother had talked to you in prison, and so they needed some. They need a copy of a questionnaire, and they had some stuff about the will of Allah paper, something like that. So I don't know what the hell that is. I said, sir, I don't know what that is, sir. You know, a lot of stuff Moors got that other Moors don't have. You know, they want the mufti laws. I say they ain't muftis. They want a thing. I say y'all can't get that. I don't know who y'all with.
They want a lot.
Yeah, but see, when you dying at first, I could see you out there on the desert drinking sand. I could see you throwing sand in your mouth. It was a guy to save his life. He drank oil. They had him on the desert, and they gave him a can of oil, and that's what he had to drink. You know, he wasn't gonna drink it at first, but it got so hot, he started drinking the oil out of necessities, out of force. That's why I listen to these brothers, some old brothers. Listen, these other brothers just pissed me off. Sister sent me something about her brother who died, and the catch was he was supposed to be on more. He was supposed to have all this paperwork. He was fighting for a cause. I didn't want to tell the sister. The brother she was with one of them. The guy that was teaching them one of them. I watched this guy just a few minutes ago. He was taking some little metal wire. I don't know what these brothers were doing. He had the little metal wire, you know, the copper wire, and he was bending. So you got to do this way. Then you put the magic crystal in between it, and you wrap it around the magic crystal, and it heals the body. It gets to vibrate. Nigga, shut up. This is Cosmo. I'm like, nigga, shut the hell up. What do you mean this crystal? And then it dawned on me why people get members, because guess what? They getting the people that believe in that dumb stuff. The energy. Listen, I used to hear that when I was a child. When I was between 16 and 18, before I started pimping white girls, I used to go with these hippies. And hippies, I feel you. I remember some hippie stuff. Yes, I feel your energy, you know. And that's what this reminds me of. The hippies. They wore all types of funny stuff. I mean, one hippie had an afro. And I had to tell him, I said, man, you wearing the afro without the responsibility of the color that goes with it. I had to tell him that. He had an afro bigger than mine. Brother, yeah, man, man, wait a minute. He ain't accepting the responsibility of the color that goes with that afro. He ain't accepting it. He just got it. He got y'all fascinated. And then it dawned, but that's what these brothers incorporated stuff that's not in the temple that the prophet didn't bring. That's what draw the flies. That's what's drawing the flies. Yes, the brother had a book sign and you had no book sign. Who gives a damn about a book sign? What he signed? Wait a minute. He got y'all following behind him away from the prophet. You know, I'm gonna show you just how deep this is. If I take a bowl, a big bowl, the best foods you like, a big pot, do it just like that you do it. Then I put a little spoon with and I stir it up. Would you eat that? You can't smell the shit. You can't see this shit. You don't know, the only thing you know is the shit in there. Would you eat that? Why not? Because it got a little shit in it. So you got this guy teaching the little shit. So you happy, listen, you like shit, and he showed you some shit. Now you following the shit. You rocking with the shit. You're not rocking with the prophet. Well, you know, brother, I'm about unity. If you about unity, why didn't you join the temple that was there before your punk ass came?
Wow.
You could have joined that temple and helped them build their body up. But you out here talking about you a national this and that. You know, it's the flavor of the meal. It's like with Mr. Tahaka Trump Jr. All the fake news he didn't put out there. And people happy with fake news. I know sisters that I was teaching when I was a young Muslim, when I was a Sunday school teacher and assistant grand sheikh of the temple. She didn't learn nothing from my grandfather. I don't know why I think she gonna learn something from me. Your grandfather walked and talked with the prophet. Your uncle walked and talked with the prophet. They can tell you how his breath smells. They can tell you what size shoes. They can tell you everything, but you listen to some other nigga. I was listening to that line nigga Tahaka Trump Jr. And he said, yeah, I trace myself to failure. How you trace yourself to a homosexual? Somebody got put out the temple. That what got me. This brother called this week. Now check it. Let me see if I got his stuff saved. This is how you know you got it. That's the wrong thing there. Let me see. Okay. Let me see if this is it. Oh, that's on the wrong thing. I gotta take that off the apartment. A couple of really ratty copies. All right, that's the guy from the prison.
To accept, press.
Islam.
Good brother, Sinful Ways.
Yes, ma'am. That's somebody else.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know you. I got you. What's going on? Come on, talk to me. lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah, we're not about this at all.
Like a oxymoron. Yeah, I don't.
Sir, we don't teach that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to reiterate. Is that I
That's not
understand.
the guy.
It's loud.
That's not him. Oh, here you go. I think this is him.
Hello. Hello. Good morning. My name is Brandon Jackson, and I just was I've been for a long time.
That's not him. That's not the one I want.
It's loud.
That's not him either. I got so many of these funny calls.
It's loud.
That's not him.
Hi. How are you doing this morning?
That's not him.
Hi. How are you doing?
There's some of these people I have to listen to them. That's United States Penitentiary. Let me see if this is it. Nope, that's not it. Well, anyway, this brother. Wait, this might be it here.
It's loud. Yeah. I was calling about some information. I started a temple in Richmond, but when I go over there,
That's not it.
I've never.
Not the brother from there. A brother called me.
Yes. Well, who are you?
I think it's it, but I just think it's to record.
What about it?
You know, brothers call don't even know how to introduce themselves on the phone. Like, he's supposed to know who the hell he is. You know? Let me see if this is him.
Who are you? Okay. What's your people on?
Okay, you can't hear
You're
him.
trying to start one.
That's the guy trying to start a temple. Well, anyway, what happened was the guy called me. So, wait a minute. I think I know what his number looked like now. So the brother called me. And when he called me, I'm being nosy. You know, not right you'll be, I'd be nosy. And I think this was a St. Louis call. I think this. Anyway, the brother was telling me he was in the temple. I said, well, brother, what temple you in? Ain't but one temple. That's the Moore Sign Temple of America in Cook County. Ain't but one grand body. I said, okay, so I agree with you. What grand body are you in? I said, I'm in the grand body of Chicago. I said, well, sir, who is either your supreme or national grand chief? Well, we voted that out. We ain't got. I said, wait a minute, brother. How do you vote out prophet, bro?
Hi, how are you doing this?
You know, I had to ask him, how are you voting out with the prophet, bro? You know, how y'all get that stupid? They said what it is, they don't have nobody to fill the spot. And that they down this and that. I say, sir, how is it you trying to fill the spot of something that you're not qualified? Oh, the brother ran me. Yeah, listen, the brother ran me through so much different demonstration. I said, brother. Well, Bel-Ear, I said, Bel-Ear was a punk and a faggot. He couldn't make you nothing. Huh? I said, I'm the one that got him fired in the first place from 92 to 96. I said, then Brad May put his butt out in 2004. He called me crying. I said, man, you know what? You give me a headache. How in the world you say you can put the prophet stuff on hold? Now, if you put your national leadership on hold, that means you ain't got a body. A head without a body don't work. A head without a body don't work. If you got a corrupt head, Islam teaches us this. If you get a head and that head ain't right, you still got to be with that head, follow the head's instruction until you remove that head. I'm just trying to figure out where he coming from. All these Cosmos and Tahaka Trump Jr. and slap your mama in the face modes. Where are they coming from? Why are you following them? Well, you just mad because you ain't following us. I don't need you if I got mine. Know this here. I, Rasadio, got my salvation. I'm saved. That's why I can talk to you like I'm talking to you. I'm saved. Let me just show you some stuff. Yeah. This is Brownsville baby before you get fat. Show that picture, man. Well, you gotta go over there and sit down. Get off your butt. Make a move.
Listen.
All right, turn the other side. Okay. Now, this is Braswell Bay and Brother Sinead when I was coming up at 957 East 75th Street. I don't know if I should show y'all this picture. I am. I can talk about you. Y'all can talk about me. Show that picture. Now just at the other side. Can you see him? I'll get up and look. That's me when I was a baby stone.
Mm-hmm.
This is when I was pimping white girls.
You
This
could
is,
tell.
huh?
I said you could tell.
You can tell.
Mm-hmm.
You got the pimp hand on silk. And
I couldn't touch myself. I was too good to touch myself. Can you see it?
Yeah. That's to show your right pose.
Yeah. Now, this is when I was gangbanging. When I was a baby star, I got my little thing around my neck, hanging from my neck, with the pyramid and stuff on it. This is me when I thought I was the snizzy. When I used to call myself the pretty nigga. Yes. Woo. This is me as a drug counselor at Glide Memorial Church. Show that. Me and the sister. Flip it to the other side. Now that sister sitting down, she used to braid Stevie Wonder's hair. She was Maya Angelou's niece.
May as well sit there.
Yeah, might as well sit there, though. And this is my picture album. You know, let y'all know my record. You know, this is the case about me and Braswell Bay. Show that.
See it?
You know.
Yeah.
Huh? You want to use my phone call?
No. Oh,
You don't want?
yeah. I do it with my watch.
Huh?
I do it with my watch. I also took it upstairs.
Yeah, I was just telling the Mo, brother Omar about your watch, how you can find it, Dick Tracy. The Dick Tracy watches.
Mm-hmm.
See. I got pictures of us all across the country. When we was in Baltimore. You see it? Wait a minute. Did you see it?
It's a little further back, but.
When me and the Rasuli then was out there, out there in California. Was out there in California.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for something particular here.
Thank you.
I was trying to tell a young gentleman, I've been married 23 years now. I love all my years. There's a reason why you stay married. There's a reason why you stay hooked up, because you say I do, and you mean when you say I do. See, that's the discipline Islam gives you. You don't say I do unless you mean it. See, let me just show you some of my I do's here. I showed you my pimp I do, right?
Oh boy.
Yeah. See, because people don't try, well, you was such and such. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. I was a crackhead. I didn't take pictures when I was a crackhead. I should have. Now, show them pictures. Them are wifey pictures.
Mhm.
Show that picture. That's a wifey picture there.
Period. Period. You may go ahead.
See. Of all the people, I've been married 4 times, but this is my only wife. See. Ah. Yeah. I got pictures of people I married to other people. I got diplomas in here. You know. I keep this because, brother, you always talking about, I talk about myself too. And I show you me. Y'all ain't seen the pimp pictures. Pimping ain't easy. Y'all think it's easy. You know.
You gonna show your picture?
I already showed it.
Oh,
I already showed my picture.
did they
Yeah.
say you free and you choose to wear that?
Yes, I was free and I chose to wear the pimp suit. You know where I was with that suit? I was here in Georgia. In the late 60s, the early 70s. I was here in Georgia. What that Piedmont Park?
Yeah.
I was kicking white girls over there.
Thank God for Islam.
Now I'm telling you.
Right.
thank God for Islam.
Right.
Ooh, saving power.
Yeah, I can talk about it. Yeah. Islam saves you from yourself. You know. Because my next step was gangsterism. I ain't got no time for no hoe. Slow money. I stick you up, take your car and stuff. You know, all that stuff. See, this, I be trying to show how Islam saves one. How Islam picks you up. It makes you look at life differently. When you truly practice and you look at your life differently. Okay, wait a minute. Where's that at? Hey, we got pictures of him in here. When he was slender. Before he became fat. Yeah. Yeah. I got pictures of Isis when she was over there with them other people. Have Christmas tree flags up. Look.
I didn't hold the Christmas tree.
Look at that. Hold that up there. Hold up the Christmas tree flag.
And I'm not near it, am I?
Yes, you holding it.
Am I?
Yeah, you hold
I'm holding the Moorish flag.
between the Christmas tree flag.
I don't see the Christmas tree flag there.
There it is right there.
Oh,
Yeah, y'all sitting up there holding a Christmas tree flag. Wondering who Santa Claus gonna drop off tonight.
I ain't know. I had nobody to tell me it was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a bunch of more pictures I gotta find in my picture book. So when I drop dead, y'all say the chief said, he said, look at his picture. Yeah, look at my picture. There was times Show you this picture here. This is limousine time here. When I was riding around in the limousine. I bet you don't know who this picture is. Who in that picture?
You?
Nakeem Bay.
Oh.
Right here, Nakeem Bay.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can see it right there.
In the purple.
Yeah, that's Nakeem Bay.
Yeah.
And on the other side, the child molester, Mr. Amor Lanier. On this side is the Tar Heel. Yeah. That's when I was governing California. When I was the grand governor of California.
Was that in Ohio?
No, I was in California.
Oh, Nakeem Bay came and visited you in California?
No, he came to Chicago.
Oh.
He followed because he thought I was a Mason.
Oh.
I really wasn't no Mason. But he thought I was. This is me with all of you. Show that. So then I'm gonna get back talking about y'all. I just want to show y'all some stuff.
Yes, that's the former Supreme Grand Sheik.
Yes. Yes. Right, give me that. Now, this is me, Jackson Bay and Porter Hill, Washington. And some more. Show that.
This gonna be part of the documentary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now this is everybody's empress. When I set up or down. She came there telling all those damn lies.
Mm-hmm.
I got another one, a bunch of more pictures. I'm gonna put them all in one big folder. For the sake of history and documentation, you know. Cause y'all don't believe fat meat greasy, even though you're sliding on it. Want to do your own silly jelly stuff.
There you go.
So you want to be your own fool. Yeah.
You back on.
Okay. You can share this one. That's us and some ex-members, me and ISIS, all went to Michigan to the prison. Flip it around.
Mm-hmm.
These are some federal prisons that we went to. Me and ISIS. We used to get out. We used to get up in the late at night, like right at the temple service. We'd be on getting ready for the highway. Yeah, but just like we did, we went to up to Michigan. We'd be on the highway. Sometimes we get there just in time for lunch. Nobody won't eat no prison lunch, but we got there just in time for prison lunch. Yeah. Show y'all this character, just in case y'all might know him. Huh. See if y'all know this character. Yeah. Me either. See, and the thing is, we all have our life passages where we go through, how we get there. There used to be a song when I was coming up. It says, it's your thing. Then another one was, it's what you look like when you're doing what you look like you're doing. I liked that song. I forgot the name of it. But it spoke on, you look like what you're doing when you're doing what you look like you're doing. Now, when you say you're a Muslim, a Moorish American, it doesn't stop in the temple. It doesn't stop in the temple. Why y'all niggas stop it in the temple? Yeah, what about unity? But then you're evil. You don't know how to practice it. You probably eating pork chop sandwiches and stuff when you leave the temple. Eating grits and all that other. Do you know when I was a crackhead, I didn't eat no pork that I knew of? And I ate Martin, St. Anthony's, these places, and they would say, no, don't give them that. You can't eat that. They used to give me a big pickle jar to get the stuff for the lunch, right? I wouldn't eat no pork. They tried to tell me pork was okay. I said, Jesus didn't eat it. I'm not going to eat it. Jesus didn't eat no pork. Yeah, the Catholic people try to tell me, it's not. I say, Jesus didn't eat no pork. Show me a picture of Jesus with a pork chop.
What they say?
They couldn't say that. So you tell that stuff to them people. Jesus was a Jew. Jews don't eat pork. He wasn't no Christian. Now you Christians eat everything, booty, everything. Yeah. So I bring that up to show you that I'm opening up the doors so that when my members come in our library and see all types of pictures. They can see me at my best, they can see me at my worst.
Go sit down.
But one of the things always will see me at my best. I'm the first to do the right thing first. I look at y'all, I've been trying to figure out. Y'all think like children. I come to the conclusion, if you look at somebody's child, then look at them, they act the same. Children do the thing. I like you, you like me, we bump into the grind in the dark. Then we go home. You don't have no steadfastness. Where's the man, woman who? See, this is what Islam gives. Islam gives you stability. I had 4 wives. I never cheated on none, but I've been cheated on twice. Never cheated on none. Why? Because I know who I am and what I want. I can go in stores, everybody like me. Ain't that right, Mo? Women's all over the store like me, running up there. What you doing there? Where your wife at? None of your business. Go get you a job.
He
Go,
a
go sweep the
troublemaker.
floor. Huh?
He a troublemaker.
Yeah, that's what the sister was saying today. The Mo was looking at. So yeah, the troublemaker. Who you causing problem with? But my own people don't like me like that. Why? Because I want to set the bull. Once upon a time, I had a mansion. I had 300 members in Chicago. Governor Mayor Byrne came and gave me $80,000 and gave me a truckload of food to pass out. That's because I was in the low. I was telling them, I said, if I went to the low, I wouldn't be a rabbit. I wouldn't be no rabbit. I wouldn't be no sheep. When I go out there in the world, I'm gonna be a lion, tiger, or bear. I'm gonna eat your ass up. Got no time to play games with you. And that type of mind is what I try to stay away from. When you get to that mindset, see, Negroes think I can get away with what I do to say, please, please, please. Sorry, Negro. And these brothers be coming at me, I'll be like, where y'all coming from? Who taught you this boy science? Well, I learned, I got my portion, you got your portion. Nigga, shut up. I don't have a portion. You can't have a portion. Well, it says right here in the Quran, Allah gives to everyone their portion what seems to be good to themselves. Well, Allah gave you what seems to be good because you don't know a damn thing. This brother actually said, let me see. And he's supposed to be a supreme grand chief. He actually supposed to be a supreme grand chief. And he talking about some copper wire wrapped around some glass. And his people are backing that. Why? Because that's all they know. See, that's all you know is what the world gave you. I keep showing y'all the Bible. In Revelation chapter 12, it says, and Satan waited for your child to be delivered to devour him. To devour him. You don't even understand. You think God, the dragon, gonna come out and chop, 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 put some barbecue sauce on your ass. That's what you're thinking. Because they gave that mystical cartel. Okay, you guys. What is? So you believe that mystical cartel that oh man. That that's how it works. You try to be players. You done played your life for. You ever heard of the thing? The street life. Only way I know, street life for a nickel or a dime. They talking about cocaine. They hooked on drugs. Ain't no grown man going for that dumb stuff. Should no grown woman do dumb stuff. You have to ask yourself, are you a Moorish American mom or are you an American Moor? There's a difference. Whatever you put first is what you are. If you're an American Moor, you eating pork chops, everything. You're doing everything Negro do. You're blonding your hair, you're walking around. You're doing everything a Negro do. You got on pimp clothes, everything, but you ain't a pimp. You say you're a Mo. Actually, you ain't even living, you existing. Well, brother, I know this, I know that. Let me explain something to you. Knowledge without exercising is just information. You know everything in the world, but if you don't exercise it, you just got some damn information. You just sit around and talk about it. Yeah, we're about unity. Ooh. How you about unity wrapping a cord around a rock? The prophet gave us charms for a reason. The charm ain't chasing nobody and people to you, because people that know what it means can talk to you. People that don't know what it means, all right, but you got a little crystal ball around your neck. Some rock. And you don't get it. These brothers get members and stuff because they cater to what's already out there. You know, you go into prison, for example. And I remember we went to North Carolina and we were talking with the chaplain. And I said, this brother, he got homosexuals in him. And he didn't like that. And what I was saying was, I've been in prison, y'all got homosexuals that y'all in love with. You say you're a mo, but you're a homosexual. You in the bed with another man, 2 beards, scratching each other's face. 2 damn beards. Now you also go in there and you selling drugs. That's why the population is growing in the institution, because you can still be a nigga and say you're a mo. You catch more flies with shit than you do honey. I'm looking at these brothers and sisters. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with you. All right, you cursing. Brother, let me tell you. When I was gangbang, I just hit you in your head. I used to carry a little baseball bat. Instead of arguing with people, I just slide out my hand and just hit you in your head. I did that with a brother when I was on crack. I had a little bit of baseball bat like that at my arm. And he got the tar. Woo! His name was Crowder. I beat him with that bat so bad. I told him I was going to stick it up his anus, but I ain't about that right now. He gave me my money. Every time I see him, he's giving me some money. Right here. I said, you don't owe me no more. Yeah, but I'm going to make sure you get some, because this is not on my head reminds me. The prophet said the only way a Mo would do the right thing is with a sword pointed at his back. Did you hear that? Y'all want unity with people that's teaching something different than the prophet. You want to ride around in a doo-doo car. You ain't man enough to tell the people, hey, I can't deal with that. You know, when I was a child, I remember I used to be shy. And around girls and other people. And I would be hug my face, and me and the sister broke up. You know, I remember the thing, rose are red, violets are blue, can I talk to you? You know, rose are red, violets are blue, can we do the do? You know, we used to have that type of stuff when we was young. And then when in the end you turn around, you would talk with each other. You be shamefaced. That's a child. Child shamefaced. I'm a grown ass man. There's things I do, things I don't do. Point blank, period. Things I will sacrifice my life for. It's things I'm willing to give my life up for. Not to die, but in defense of what I love. Where yours at? You don't love the prophet? I'm looking at these brothers bringing all these sisters in, these other brothers in. You don't love the prophet because you're teaching them a lie. They don't like me because I'm the same in the temple as I'm outside the temple. I wish y'all give me some tailor-made suits and stuff. I like orange still. Tailor-made orange suits and stuff. I still like orange. I can't get my hair done. Me and some Europeans in the store, he said, I ain't got nothing at the top. I said, neither do I. We was just in the Walmart. I said, neither do I, sir. Do you know that when you know yourself, you ain't afraid to talk to nobody else? You ain't afraid. Brother called me a mother, and I said, yes, I do that. Brother said, you ain't nothing but a mother. I said, yes, I do that too. My mama told me a long time ago. I said, Mom, I'm going to whoop that boy's ass. She said, no, son, you know, to go get ass, you got to bring ass. I didn't think about that. I can't go get your booty if I ain't bringing my booty. So I got to be willing to put my booty on the line. You know, we got to be willing, to take a hit. Brother hit me so hard one day, knocked me out, woke me back up. James Jackson, I'll never forget, we was in the garden together. James Jackson. That dark-skinned brother hit me so hard, I blacked out, and he woke me up with the other punch. I said, damn. I'll never forget, I was stepping off the porch, I was coming at him, and I ran into him. Bang, I just seen black. And then next thing I know, I seen light again, because he hit me again. When he hit me, I fell off the thing, and I stumbled in the grass and stuff. He could have killed me. If he knew what he did to me. But we fought to a standstill, but that boy hit me so hard. He knocked me out and woke me up. I remember his name to this day, James Jackson. I remember one time he got tough with his daddy. He's one of the few brothers in the project that daddy lived in the house with him. And he got talking bad about his daddy and stuff. So his dad said, come on, let's go outside. So all of us watched him. I think he hit James about twice. He knocked James out. James, we tried to, he said, don't touch him. He said, don't touch him. Let him stay there till he wake up. James had a knot on his head. His daddy knocked the hell out of him, hurt me. And he told James, he said, me and your mama was fighting for your punk ass got here. That's what he told me. Me and your mama was fighting for your punk ass got here. And I never forgot that. You shouldn't get in the way of what grown people are doing because they were doing it for you got here. You gotta man up. It's too easy to punk out, to give up. I'm gonna take this wire and I'm gonna bend it over this little crystal and we're gonna make magic. And you say you a mother? You a minister? You a teacher? You'd have woke up some days later. But the catch is, it dawned on me, you raised in that environment, so it's easy for you to go for that. I remember I was sitting at Burger King, and we was debating, and the sister told me her more. I said, your brother ain't no more. We got to talk. And sounds like how you talk to women. Woman, and the brother talking. I said, why don't you faggots go someplace? Faggots? I said, you supporting what she's saying. I said, if I'm saying what I'm saying, I'm right. Why would y'all call that? What I'm supposed to bow down? This is a debate. And she lost the debate. Well, you'd have to talk to her like that. If she swung on me, I'd knock her ass out with a table leg. I mean, we had this guy with my cousin Jimmy and him. I forgot this brother's name, but this brother was way out. We was in the club, he hit the woman in the head with a beer bottle. And so we all talking about it. Because we have money. The mother said, don't do the treat a woman. I'm like, okay. But he hit her in the head with a beer bottle. And then we was talking about it. He said, but she tried to hit me first. Where's the facts change in this? You can hit me with a beer bottle, but I can't retaliate. That ain't in my rule book. I try not to go there. See, you got to try not to go there. You got to try not to go that way. Yeah, I used to threw tables at me. Look how she looking. I had to do the Matrix one day in the house. I had to go, I had to do the Matrix. Everything she touches got to flying at me. I ran over and grabbed her. And she looked at me. I said, what did I do to make you this mad? Didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
I said, what did I do to make you this mad? Because it's my fault. If she mad, it's my fault. Because I'm supposed to be the man. I didn't give up my penis. I didn't take my penis to the bank. Penis power. So if something wrong, it's my fault. Yeah, I went to grad. Oh, she called and she was throwing stuff at me, sister. Woo! Stuff was just flying. I had to do the Matrix. I had to bend on my heels. Woo! You just don't know. That was a cold day. I had to wrestle her down. What did I do to make you this mad? I don't think she was even ready for that. I'm asking her, she throwing stuff at me. Now, I understood why she was throwing stuff at me. Because I was trying to be that imaginary man. See, me trying to be that imaginary fake man made her upset. I didn't figure it out till she started throwing stuff at me. You know, I said, man, what the hell? ISIS don't be like this here. Then it dawned on, what the hell you do? See, that would become, what the hell I do? If you're the man and it's your house, everything's supposed to go by you, right? Okay. Then why your house in disorder? Shoot. I'll never forget that day. I had to wrestle her down. I had to bear hug her. She knew I knew Kung Fu. Trigology. Yeah. See, but you supposed to.
Stop it.
Oh, that's what they looking at.
Yeah, let them out.
I'm like, why are they staring at me?
How you let them out?
They was literally staring at me.
Yeah, they're gonna drag his ass out the house one day. You be sitting up there playing stupid. They gonna see. They gonna have him by the car. Yeah, they gonna have you by the car. See, and we don't understand. Our whole idea of God is messed up. Whole idea of prophet is messed up. Our whole idea of who we are is messed up. Because we don't think no more. You know, I was upstairs writing, and I remember, I listen, I don't study like I used to study. I used to have books all day long. I had cups of coffee. I'd be like, woo, woo, like I'm on crack. Woo, computers going, people calling me. And I would be up studying. And I started studying stuff, and I started looking at how stuff was unfolding. Right now, I'm writing the thing about subliminal suggestion. Subliminal suggestion is so deep in our head, we don't even know it. Why don't we believe? Because everything we say we believe in is a lie. I'm going to prove my point. We believe God is all-knowing, right? How come he do the dumb shit he do? If God is all-knowing, why he do the dumb stuff? Here you go. God say everything he made is good, right? This is what God said in the Bible. In the Bible, God said everything I made is good. Then let me show you. We don't even understand the concept. This is what the prophet came to show us. We don't understand the concept. Let me go to Genesis. I think that's Genesis 1. God said, let there be this, let there be that. And so it was. And God set the firmament in the heavens and divided the earth, made water, created creatures and blessed them, fruitful, be multiplied. God said earth to bring such beasts and stuff. God said, let us make man our own image and likeness. God made his own image and likeness. God said this, God said that. And I'm trying to feel what God said. Everything he made is good. I need it there. It's got to be first. Okay. I can't remember what it is now. But it's in the beginning. But God said everything he made is good. Let y'all good Christians know what I'm talking about. It can't be Genesis 1 because it can't be in the darkness face of the deep. God says, oh, here it is. Number 4. Verse 4. And God saw the light and it was good. Now, let's take the same Bible and let's go to Isaiah 45, verse 7. Let's see what God said. Isaiah 45, verse 7. Here it goes. And God said, I formed the light, created darkness, I made peace, and created evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Wait a minute. Who's the problem maker? God is boasting on what he did. And I made evil. Wait a minute, hold it. Then in the beginning of the book, God said he placed in the middle of the garden a tree of good and evil. Who poisoned earth? See, you don't understand that, but your consciousness do. See, this was subliminal mean. When you're looking at everything that you done read and heard, for example, give you a prime example. Me and my first wife and my brother-in-law, my play brother, we was coming from the temple one night. Minding our business. And we was passing this YMCA for 800 something. I forgot. Chicago Avenue, that's what it was. And so we passed this block. Guess what I see? I see this sign, this guy, metaphysical master. He's metaphysical mastermind stuff. And I said, let's go in there. They said, no, Rael. I said, come on, y'all just going in there and listen. He said, Rael, you gonna start some stuff. I said, I ain't gonna start nothing. I lied. So anyway, we go into the spot. And he got three chalkboards up there. He running from the chalkboards and he getting down. Hey, y'all got any questions? Oh, no, first time we heard that. And so I'm sitting there trying to figure out where I'm gonna fit in. And then he said something I could fit in. And Cain killed Abel. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Say God liked the fruits. Didn't like the fruits that Cain brought, because the earth was cursed, and 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 he brought the cursed food from the earth. But his brother Abel, he brought fresh goat and stuff, and he sacrificed it before the Lord. And the Lord was pleased with the incense coming from it. I don't know how my hand went up there like that. My hand went like this. Question. My wife told me, baby, and I said, I'm not. I said, let me ask you, why Cain killed Abel because he was jealous because God made him jealous? He said, yes. I said, didn't you just say that the Cain brought to God off the earth, it was poison? He said, yeah, I told you. It says right here, the earth was poisoned and the man had to work the land. I said, but now you said that Abel, he brought live sheep and stuff and killed them, sacrificed God. He said, yeah, I said that. I said, let me ask you a simple question. What's that? I said, what did the sheep eat? What did the lamb eat? What did the cow eat? He said, huh? I said, because if I feed you a little poison, you're going to die. If I feed you a lot of poison, you're going to die. Just quicker. I said, nah, you just said the earth was poison. So if the sheep ate the poison stuff, whatever's in your stomach going to come up. I said, the cow had the poison in their stomach, on their teeth, because they don't brush their teeth. I said, all that had to go to God. Can you please explain to me why God didn't take his stuff? Well, you know, that man went to all three boards. Oh, I had that man. He had rubber arms. He's trying to stretch everything. And so this is what he said. He said, did I answer your question? His audience said, no, you didn't answer the man's question. The people that was listening to me said, no, you didn't answer the question. So the man say, okay, then you tell me why Cain killed Abel. I said, simply, sir. This is why Cain killed Abel. It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. We have to go to John. 1 John. I got to start marking this Bible up like I did my other Bible. And in 1 John, I think there's 3. Check this out. You was a good Christian. So let's check this out. Let's see what God said. Now check this out now. My Bible falling apart. It's old. I have to give me a new Bible. So John, in John here it says John 3. And it says this here. I got so many of these papers all over this here. I'm going to have to do it like this here. John 3, verse 11. Now, John 3, verse 10, we start there. In this, the children of God are manifested, and the children of the devil. Whosoever does not righteousness is not of God. Neither he that loveth not his brother. Verse 11. For this is the message that you heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. Verse 12. Not Cain, who was of that wicked one and slew his brother. Therefore he slew him, because his own works were evil, and his brother was righteous. Did you hear that? What is this? Cain was the son of the devil. Now wait a minute, let's verify that. We have to verify that by going to Genesis 4, verse 1. Let's go to Genesis 4, verse 1. And this is what it says. I think I got it right here. 3. Genesis 1:3.
You said Genesis 4, verse 1.
Yeah, it should be around there, but I got these different Bibles, so let me see what it says. And it says, and Adam knew his wife Eve, and Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and I begotten a man from the Lord. And again she bare another brother Abel. Now I checked. I want y'all to notice it. I gotta pull up my pimp degree. So I met this old hoe. when I was in California. She's from Texas. And me and her used to talk. She was a sister, so we didn't do nothing but talk, have different conversations. So I said, come on, girl, let's go get something to eat. Eat lunch. She said, okay, come on. So we go to a place and get something to eat. And she said, do you know about mama's baby, daddy's maybe? I said, what? Said, do you know about mama's baby, daddy maybe? I said, what are you talking about, girl? She said, do you know in the beginning, when Eve and Adam had a child, and Adam asked Eve, where did you get that child from? That's a hell of a question. How come Adam didn't know who his father was? Some Bibles actually tell you that. And he asked, where you get him from? Now, if you go get the Mary Barker Eddy Bible, her books, of what they call the Christian Sciences. I think I got one up there somewhere. Or it's one of these little things. And it says this, the devil came to Eve. When the devil came to Eve, he told her, said, what about that tree over there? She said, God told me don't touch it or I'll surely die. He said, wait a minute, let's look at this tree. So he walked around. Now this you can find is called the other Bible. In the other Bible is another Jewish story. So there's a lot of Jewish stories you don't know that's not in your Bible. And then he went over there and looked at the tree. And he pushed her. He pushed her hard enough for her to touch the tree. So she touched the tree and jumped back. He said, what's wrong with you, woman? She said, I was told. He said, you didn't die, did you? So she wanted to touch the tree some more. And she said, well, the Lord said, no, God didn't talk to you. Your Adam talked to you. Adam lied to you, not God. Yeah, that lying mother. She said, but I'm going to show you something. So I'm going to show you tricks. So when Adam came to Adam, you know what? He's getting whooped. His stuff is falling all off the ceiling, all off the top tent. He got sexually engaged. Now, Mary Barker in her book says this way. She says, Satan told Eve, let me know you and I'll show you how to control your man. In the book, Mary Barker in the book. Said, let me know you. Now, know you in the Bible means to have sex with you. Mm-hmm. So now, if Satan had sex with Eve and she got pregnant, that would be the only reason that he would ask where you got the child from. This is not, check how deep this is. This is Genesis, right? Genesis 3, right? I just read you John. We had to go way to John to find out what? Who the daddy of Cain was. It says, not that evil one. It says right here, verse 12, in chapter 3, it says, not as Cain, who was of that wicked one. What wicked one was he of? Who was his daddy? His daddy was the devil. That's why Cain and Abel never got along with each other. So when I brought this up in the spot, they got quiet. That man with the 3 boys, he couldn't say nothing because it's in the book. But it's way in the back of the book. Look at all the pages you got to get to that. Why did they put it in the back that Cain was the son of that wicked one? And but one wicked one mentioned in the Bible. And his name is what? Lucifer. That girl taught me that. Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. Get down. And so, I busted him out like that. So I left out. The room was quiet as heck. I could have asked for a donation. That's what I should have did. Every time I think about that, I should have turned around and said, can I get a donation? Can somebody put some nickels and dimes together for me so I can go to McDonald's? Because McDonald's is down the street off of Clark Street. But why in the Bible it says, John says, that Cain was the son of that wicked one. He didn't say of Adam. Adam was never called the wicked one in the Bible, in Genesis. The wicked one is the devil. Mary Barker Eddy, if you get her Bible, her book about what happened in the garden, you'll see that. I got that somewhere around here. It may be up there. top shelves. I think I got in my Bible book upstairs too. But anyway, think about that. Y'all did not know that Cain was the son of the wicked one. And it's in the Bible. They don't teach you that. Because a lot of stuff, when I was learning from a theologian institute, and one of the things I first learned, they said, it's stuff we ain't gonna teach you about it. I said, what? He said, because we can't answer. That's what the theologian told me. He said, there's stuff in here we can't teach you. I said, why is that, sir? He said, because we can't answer. Now, who made evil? God. But God said everything he made is good. Now, if everything God made is good, is evil good? Your head subliminally suggestion is planted in your head that God said everything he made is good. But on the other side, your subconscious, which you done push down, says he made the devil. Now, for example, me and my wife went to play the lotto as usual. Now, if the lotto number was 5555, and I went to bet 222, what's wrong? I ain't gonna win, right? Why ain't? Because God showed me the numbers was 555. I know that's gonna be the winning number. It's rigged that way to be 55. Why would I go bet 123? That would be stupid, right? So in your head, subconsciously, when you're taught about God, you're in a society where God is not God. The Creator is not Creator. He works in mysterious ways. He's the guy that said everything he made is good, then he poisoned earth. Do you know if you go out there in my yard and get a peach off the tree, or you go to anybody's yard and you get a peach, any fruit off the ground, do you know that fruit has the same substance in it as the tree? You know what that's called? DNA. That's how they know somebody's child is your child, because they take what? Samples from both of y'all, right? Why are samples from both of y'all? Y'all this is how they come together and determine, oh, that's how that works. Yes, sir.
Okay, so where in the what verses that where Cain had questioned Eve? Where did you get him?
That's Genesis 1, Genesis 4.
Okay.
It's up in there, Genesis 4. Matter of fact, it's, certain Bibles say it different ways, but this is Genesis 4. This is after they got kicked out the garden. So after they got kicked out the garden, they started making babies. Think about that. There was no babies made in the garden. And it says Genesis, where is it? Genesis 4, verse 1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain and said, I've gotten a man from the Lord. And again, she said, I got a man from the Lord. Daddy's baby, mama maybe. Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. Other Bibles tell you, hint at this. But I love the fact that Mary Barbara Eddy, the one that's the head of Moore's, the one that's the head, I was going to say Moore's Science, the one that's the head of Christian Science, she brought it up. See, when I was in prison, we used to have classes every day, about 6, 7 of us, day room, and we have a table, and we Bibles and stuff, we go over and over again. And then we find some, we ask questions. And we use other books. I used to get the Christian Monitor. That was back during the time they had the fight over the Falkland Island. So I would get those type of books from the, not the commissary, but from the bookstores. I would take cut the little thing of it. And the prison let it in, the county jail let it in there. And we'd be up there just reading and studying, reading and studying, reading and studying. And then it dawns on you that the reason you don't see it because you read somebody else's story and they're blocking you from the truth. Right now, people are reading that Revelation thinking, yeah, and the devil gonna eat your baby. It's symbolic. I'm gonna show you this here. Where's ISIS.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have your what's the name of it? The Egyptian Book of the Dead. You got one though? Look over see the Egyptian Book of the Dead.
I know it's one in your bookcase upstairs, but it could be one down.
No, I was using it upstairs. This is in the bedroom. You'd have to go get it. Yeah, you'd have to. But I'm gonna show you something.
Did you want me to get it?
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna show you how clever the devil is.
Yeah.
I know. I thought you had one.
I do.
I thought you had one.
Yeah. I got one crystals.
Ah, no, I need the crystal.
You don't need the crystals.
I don't need the crystal.
Okay.
I'm gonna show y'all something. Hope y'all got y'all pen and papers. Now, read your Revelations. Go to Revelations chapter 12, verse 12 through, chapter 12, verse 1 through 9. Chapter 12, 1 through 9. Tired of trying to make y'all read. See, I've been studying for decades, not years, but decades. I done studied with some masterminds. You want to read it? My sister, you want to read it?
Yes.
Miss T? You gotta speak louder, like you mad at me. Talk like you
I'm
mad at me.
finding it now.
Okay.
Another wonder in heaven, and beyond a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads, and his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman which is ready to be delivered, or to devour her child as it was born. And she brought forth a man-child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was to God, and to his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days.
Yeah, something like that.
And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon,
Yes.
and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his were cast in.
Okay.
You have a question? Oh,
What's
go
the
ahead.
question?
Oh,
What's the question?
yes, and we want to thank the person with the question. They sent the donation. It's, the question is Adam really Samuel and Eve really Lilith?
No.
Okay.
Can you see that? Can you
Yeah.
see this?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see this, sister?
Yes.
What is this book here called? This is called the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Papyrus of an Egyptian text transliterated and translated by E.W. Balls. Now, what if I show you the devil getting kicked in this book?
And that book came before the Bible.
This came before Jesus.
Yeah.
This came before Moses. This came before Muhammad. Let me read it to you. This is what it says. Right these though matter today, every enemy is given to the fire. The evil one has fallen. His arms are bound. His legs. The son of impotent rebellion. Never again shall they rise up. The house of the prince is in festival. The sounds of those rejoicing in the dwelling. Mighty the gods rejoicing. They see Ra and his rising. Now wait a minute. Didn't it say the angels rejoiced when what the car got kicked out of heaven?
Mm-hmm.
Why are these people rejoicing? Never got kicked out of the impotent ones. That means they didn't have no power. The impotent ones got bound arm and leg, leg and arm. They never stand up again. And the gods are rejoicing. The angels are rejoicing. They see Ra and his rising. His beam lights flood. Wait a minute. How we get to that? Here in this book, was over 3,000 years old, which is older than the Bible, which is older than Jesus, older than Muhammad. How they got the same story about the demon getting cast out of heaven? Huh. Now, the Europeans show you the science of this, the symbolic things. The Europeans, we're 1,000 years behind the European time, because it's supposed to be what, the 21st century, but it's what, 2026, instead of being 2126. That's what it should be. But they lost 1,000 years. What happened when they lost 1,000 years? They was trapped in Rome. They couldn't come out. They was trapped in a pit. They were bound. They couldn't travel. They couldn't until 1492 when they conquered the Moors. After they conquered the Moors, this is when they come out of Europe. But now this is the catch. What did they look like? When you read Revelation 13, I think it tells you automatically that our people, let's just get it. Let's go to Revelation 13 right quick. Then I'm going to close out because I'm tired of talking to you. Revelation 13, somebody read it. You got to warm my noodles up when I get upstairs.
Revelation 13.
What did it say?
And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads, 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon the heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority.
All right, stop right there. What you got, sister? Sister
My
T?
version?
Huh?
You want me to read my version?
Yeah, your version. You got a version? Come on. Yeah.
Well, the King James version is what I...
Go ahead.
And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
Okay, stop right there. What do y'all see? What is the story saying? What is it telling y'all? How did the Indians meet the white man? They was on the shore, wasn't it? Did the white man sail out to sea on a boat? Did the white man have a boat? Let's see what the white man looked like. Go to Leviticus 13:13. Let's see.
You said Leviticus?
13:13. They looked like a leopard. They were spotted. A leopard is spotted. They talking about us and the Indians. The European came out of Europe. What did he come out of Europe on? He didn't come out of airplane, did he? He come out of spaceship. How did we see him come out to sea?
Then the priest shall consider and behold, if the leopard sea have
Is the who?
the leopard
The leopard what?
have covered all his flesh, he shall pronounce him clean.
Wait. Why they keep a leopard? Leprosy. You're spotted. The black leopard is not black. That is spotted. I'm tired of talking to y'all. I gotta find some more people. I find some people that got some understanding. Hey, how did they meet the Indians? The Indians show you on the shore. They're on the shore. Columbus is selling off a boat off the sea. So the Indians, we're looking at it. We're in Africa. We're looking at the man sell a boat and see them coming, and we said, "Damn, they spotted. They lepers. They got y'all thinking some damn animal." When you look at the picture, it's a spotted leopard with the crown and woo. What the crowns represent? It represents the kingdoms of Europe. Everywhere they went, did they all of them go? When they went, just the English went, the British, everybody went over there and messed up Africa. And they all told a lie. They all said they God. I remember watching this movie about Cochise and stuff, and the white guy said, "Yes, your great white father in Washington." He said, "I ain't got no white father in Washington." But anyway, let me let y'all go, because y'all ain't learning nothing. I ain't saying that.
In one of the newer version Bibles, it said the leopard disease.
Right.
Yeah.
They called the European the leopard man because he was spotted.
He gets spotted when he gets older.
Yes, he do get spotted when he get older.
Yeah, you can see it though.
That's why they got to bury him quick, because they turn black.
They do. I've seen that in the
Don't say that, sister ain't gonna believe it.
in the hospital.
She ain't gonna believe it.
Hospice.
She ain't gonna believe
They
it.
do. I know.
Yeah, they turn. Yes.
That's why their funerals are like a week later.
Yeah, they don't
Oh,
stay
nice.
long.
Freezing.
Paul say, dog paws. Put your paws up. Put your paws up. Let them say, Paul, the dog paws. What? Yeah, what y'all barking at down there?
Fighting over them balls.
What you say, man? I know.
You gotta pick up all them balls.
I know. I think they like it. I get it. They like them beef ribs. Baby Ray's. Yeah, they like the Baby Ray's with the little Baby Ray's sauce on. I didn't put no sauce on.
People saying, feed your dog ribs.
Yeah, I feed my dog ribs.
His
We went to a Chinese store. You can smell how spoiled the meat was outside. The woman said, "I come to your house." I said, "I don't eat this shit." She just looked at me. "I don't eat this shit. This shit nasty. This for my dog. And I got to cook it for them. This stuff's nasty." I mean, this Korean store, right where we used to live at, in the basement. You park on the lot, you can smell the stanky meat.
That's what we call it, stinky stove.
Yeah, yeah. Now I got different names. So stanky stove, ghetto, crypt, yeah. So everybody got to know what stores. Say, let's go. Yeah, that food was so nasty. I had to cook it for my dog. I remember one time the butcher was telling the sister, it was a brother trying to sell this Korean stuff. The sister said, "Where the blood at?" The meat was great. I was standing next to him looking, and he said, "Yeah, the blood just drained off of it." I said, "Where in the hell it go in the pack?" So he looked at me and said, I'm talking to you. You gonna tell this woman the blood drained off the meat? Where it go? It ain't in the pack.
Stay out of our business.
Yeah. I can't help it. I can't let you lie like that.
Islam.
Paul's won't respect. You want your dog to respect you in the morning.
Islam. We continue to rise, give eternal praise to Allah, giving high honors to our holy and divine prophet, Noble Drawley. We come back off all the honors given this day. What? We'll be reading from the Holy Quran, the Moorish Science Temple of America, chapter 32. Holy instructions from the prophet, charity. As it reads, happy is the man who has sown his breast to seize benevolence. The produce thereof shall be charity and love. From the fountain of his heart shall rise rivers of goodness, and the streams shall overflow for the benefit of mankind. He assists the poor in their trouble. He rejoices for the prosperity of all men. He censureth not his neighbor. He believes not the tales of envy and malevolence, neither repeateth he their slanders. He forgiveth the injuries of men. He wipeth from his remembrance. Revenge and malice have no place in his heart. For evil he returneth not evil. He hateth not even his enemies. He requireth their injustice with a friendly admonition. The griefs and anxieties of men excite his compassion. He endeavoureth to alleviate the way of their misfortunes, and the pleasure of success rewardeth his labor. He calmeth the fury. He healeth the quarrels of angry men, and preventeth the mischiefs of strife and animosity. He promoteth in his neighborhood peace and goodwill, and his name is repeated with praise and benediction. As always, we thank those who continue to support the Moorish temples of Islam.
Get more!
And just as you saw the man put $20 down last night, so there are men waiting to put thousands of dollars for the progress of this divine movement. And I in turn use among the temples, seeing that you are comfortable. I can show many illustrations. I have demonstrated that you may use my money if your heart is right, pure and just. So, this is a New Year's celebration. Turn over a new leaf, you Moors. This is the beginning of new business. The heads of all temples, Grand Sheiks, Grand Sheikas, must confirm themselves to the divine principles: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. They must live the life among the members and be loved by them as even the prophet is loved. They must not practice the principle of segregation among any group in his or her temple. Would that be a good Moor? Let it be he or she that is head of any temple of the Moorish Science Temple of America, that there come any grievances. Notify the prophet instantly and do not attempt to quiet among yourselves. All heads of all temples are to constrict and conform to these laws. From the prophet, Noble Drawley. Moorish Science Temple of America. This is dated October 17, 1928. To the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Islam. This is the instruction from your prophet, Noble Drawley. Be faithful unto your divine and national creed, that you'll be blessed for your good deeds that you sow in the flesh. Allah is the one that judges the world, and his judgment is now on, but the weak can comprehend it not. The end of time is drawing near, so says Allah, his divine prophet, Noble Drawley. And that is why many hearts have been turned to stone, and many have eyes to see but cannot see, ears to hear but cannot hear. Least they will be confounded of their sins. These are the trying hours now, dear Moors, and every evil spirit is moving. And they are trying every weak mind to overthrow and drag out the true foundation that has been laid, and to cause confusion in the minds of the ones that do believe. But if you have the true love of Allah and the spirit of your forefathers, you fear not what you hear or see, but will sacrifice the utmost of your very life to protect your movement and your prophet. Watch your enemies, dear Moors. Your enemies are the ones that speak against your prophet and ridicule him to the very lowest, and the ones that speak against your divine and national principles of your temples. Act accordingly, and Allah will bless you for your good work. Peace, your divine prophet, Noble Drawley, Islam. Our salvation, Allah, unity. The Moorish Science Temple of America, the divine constitution and bylaws. Act 1. The Grand Sheik and the chairman of the Moorish Science Temple of America is empowered to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the Prophet and the grand body of the Moorish Science Temple of America. The assistant Grand Sheik is to assist the Grand Sheik in all affairs if he lives according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and it is known before the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly according to the Circle 7 in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Friday is our holy day of rest because on a Friday the first man was formed in flesh, and on a Friday the first man departed out of flesh and ascended to his Father God Allah. For that cause, Friday is a holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. No member is to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion at all that may harm his brother or sister. Allah is love. Act 4. All members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all members must obey the laws of the government, because by being a Moorish American, you are part and parcel of the government and must live the life accordingly. Act 5. This organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government, but to obey hereby. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are part and parcel of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a nearer time now. All men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God, ordained Noble Drawley, the prophet, to his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites, whom inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and parcel of all uplifting acts of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband, take care of your children, and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious, and become a part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans may keep their hearts and minds pure of love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from the Holy Prophet Noble Drawley through the guidance of his Father God Allah. Noble Drawley is the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America. As it is recorded, the Holy Divine Prophet stated, if there is something going on wrong in your grand body and the head of the temple knows what's going on wrong, and he doesn't stop it, it's because he is in on what's going on wrong. As our leadership stated that there is no sense in having the laws if after they've been read, that they are violated willfully and continuously, and that there is nothing done to violate or said law. Then you're in on what's going on wrong, and you are part of the problem. Islam. At this time, we're going to yield the meeting back to our grand governors. Islam, Sheikh Society, leave you in peace and love. Praise to Allah Almighty. Bismillah, Bismillah, Bismillah.
Islam, Islam, Islam. We want to again thank everyone for tuning in another blessed holy day. For any questions related to about membership, we encourage you to go on our website, look over the complete website, look at some of our videos, and we encourage you to go to the Moorish Islamic store.
Buy some.
Yeah, I Hear Prophet, Islam in America are really great books for those who are starting out. If you are seasoned in the Moorish Science Temple of America, I guess in the diaspora, if you will, you definitely benefit from controversial years. It is a collection of documentations, letters that our Supreme Grand Sheik was able to gather from those that was actually taught by our beloved Prophet Noble Ali. A lot of other people who make claims to have this, that, and the other, and most of the times he got copies out of the controversial years and hold them up as something that they retrieved. But we have a lot of the original documentation. Is neither here or there, but we just want those who are sincere and wanting to know the truth about the more scientific America, the teachings of our prophet. We encourage you, we welcome you to go to the Moorish Islamic store and purchase publications. We're here every Friday, Holy Day, 8 o'clock. And generally we close out around this time. And then Sunday school is from 2:30 to 4:30. We look forward to...
And we at is the truth be told tomorrow at 8:30.
Yes, and if the truth be told is Chief's video kind of podcast, I guess, if you will, where he debunks a lot of the misconceptions that I wish there was something like that when I was on this journey. It could have saved me thousands and thousands of
Around the
dollars
tree.
and headaches being caught up with groups. But Allah knew best where he was taking me, so now I'm an advocate for that stuff. Well, anyway, we're going to go ahead and close out. We welcome the donations. Thank was asking questions earlier and sent the donations. We welcome those who send donations. We want to acknowledge you and share with you. If any those who are interested, go ahead and get that controversial years. If you was to purchase a controversial years tonight, we will put a...
I'll sign it. That's it.
Yeah, that part. Chief will...
I'll sign it.
He will personally autograph the controversial years.
Real.
Yeah, that part. So we're going to go ahead and close our whole fast. Is Allah bind our hearts and minds back to our ancient forefathers' divine creed and principles. We ask this in thy holy name and of the seven Elohims. Amen. Islam.
What you doing with my book, girl?
I'm giving it back to you.
Now think about that.
Islam. Thank you for being the best part of what we do, and that is to inform, educate, and uplift. We welcome you to learn more about us, join our mailing list, or perhaps you are seeking to become a member of our community. We invite you to visit our website at msta1928.org. You would also find a host of various publications to aid in your understanding about the history and faith of Islam from a Moorish American perspective at the MoorishIslamicStore.com. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to be informed of our regular scheduled programs. May Allah go before you. We leave you in the best of ways, peace and love, in praises to Allah Almighty.